Hello everyone. In this presentation I would like to share with you some revision techniques to help support your child as they prepare for their exams and ensure that they are using their time as efficiently as possible. In their CIAG lessons, your child will have looked at creating a revision timetable and techniques that research shows really work across all subjects. Each student in Year 11 will be provided with a stationery pack which includes resources to help them do lots of active revision techniques. The first thing to consider is spreading study over time. Spreading revision out over a longer period of time proves to be very effective and avoids students feeling swamped and overwhelmed. To commit something to memory takes time and repetition. It is important to return to topics often to help cement this information into their long-term memory. So encourage your child to start as early as she can with revision and avoid cramming in the days before the exam. There are some common techniques that students use which research shows are not very effective. Often students like to revise passively by reading over their notes, copying them out, or highlighting the key points. These are not very effective revision techniques, and we would like them to be more active in their revision, doing something with the information so that they are more likely to remember it. Self-testing and quizzing with revision cards is a great revision technique. Research shows that students who test themselves regularly learn the material better in the long run as it goes into their long-term memory. Revision cards are really effective tools for self-testing. After referring to their notes, students can write down key questions on one side of the card and the answers on the back. They can then test themselves regularly on the content in bite-sized chunks. Revision cards can also be used for learning key terms and definitions, key quotes, and equations. They are also a really good tool for parents to get involved in too, by quizzing your child on what they have learned. A mind map is a diagram with a central idea in the middle and lots of branches around it with key ideas and themes on a topic, like the example shown here. Pupils can then add new branches to their key ideas with more detail and examples. It's really useful for summarizing key information on one page. They can add images and symbols, colors and diagrams for a more visual format to help memorize the information. Pupils should look back over their study notes, essays and handouts for key topics and themes and create mind maps on them. Summarizing is another useful revision technique. Reducing big topics down into key points, phrases and words is really helpful for revision. Noting the key points down in a bulleted list helps your child organize their thinking around a topic. Memorizing the key bullets can help them remember the information that they contain. Changing the format of a text into bullet points, a flow chart or a diagram and labeling it can be useful for revision. These are much more active learning strategies rather than passive ones, as students are really thinking about what they are learning, which helps them to remember it. Worked examples and model answers can be used to review and embed knowledge. In your daughter's work or revision guides, there'll be lots of worked examples and model answers. Your child can use post-it notes to cover up the model answer and test themselves to see what they have remembered. They can then check their answer against the model answer and annotate in what they have forgotten. It is a good idea to have a go at exam practice questions. They can help your daughter find out if her revision has been effective. Past exam papers can be found on the exam board websites. She can find a question and then revise the topic using active revision techniques. It is important that your child reads the command words in the question very carefully to understand what the question is asking before answering it. Encourage your child to set a time frame to complete each question to make sure time is being managed well. The mark scheme can be used to check the answer, and it is helpful to make annotations in a different colour to add extra detail and improve it. This is a great technique as it encourages your child to memorise content, explain the answer in her own words, and review what she has written with reference to the mark scheme. There are lots of resources available on the Bespoke Year 11 revision area on Teams, where your daughter can find revision materials tailored to her from her subject teachers. Just click on the File section and the subject folders will appear. There are also lots of useful websites and apps that your child's teacher will have recommended. Some online useful revision tools include BBC Bitesize, Get Revising, Quizlet, GCSE Pod, Seneca Learning and YouTube. Thank you for listening to this presentation and supporting your child to prepare for exams. We wish her the best of luck.